the Southern Ocean.
Hang on!
Australia's deadliest stretch of water. But if you're game, there's big money to be made out here.
Couple of customers, $600 worth.
Sometimes you just need luck. You rub the wood.
We're not greedy, we just want more.
It's nearing the end of the rock lobster winter hunting season.
They'll take your finger off.
Yeah, we're off the mark! Money!
For the lobstermen, it's their last chance to put cash in the bank
The bigger the better. If it weighs, it pays.
until the fishing grounds reopen in spring. Get it right, and they can make a fortune.
$12,000 worth.
But get it wrong,
Yeah, fucking trick.
and they can lose it all.
It's game over now, I think.
This time,
Hopefully the boat goes all right.
the Anson's Bay is back in business.
There'll be a bit of competition about this trip. It'll be interesting to see how it unfolds.
Skipper Danny pits buyer against buyer
They're paying 100, aren't they?
on his race to cash in.
Pull the fingernails out of them if you have to.
And it's a feeding frenzy in the Southern Ocean
Fuck me dead. Comes and shoots straight through us. He's just doing it to be an asshole.
as the price of big reds spikes hard.
That's worth $110 kilo now, I've just been told.
The southwest coast of Tasmania. The winter season is entering its final few weeks. Newcomer the Triton is hunting for big reds northwest of Low Rocky Point. Skipper Pete is aiming for a massive 750 kilogram haul to tide him over during the off-season.
Always like being the first boat out there to understand the area and know where everyone else has been, so you're not second fiddle to everyone else.
They'll need to be on game. But deckhand Matty is having trouble sleeping. He's grumpy and irritable.
Did you have a problem last night, Matty? Where did you sleep, Matty?
Slept in the engine room last night.
Why was that?
Right, he's still down there.
I think I snored last night because Matty went down the engine room to sleep down there. He wants to harden up a bit. They reckon I snore, but I never heard myself. I don't think I have. Yeah, I have no problem with my snoring.
There are precious few places to hide on a working lobster boat, but the engine doesn't run at night. So that's where Maddie has found refuge.
I'm just setting my bed up in here. Just can't handle the snoring that goes on up there. As you can see here, I'm sleeping straight on a steel plate because all Pete seems to worry about is his mattresses that cost $500. But yeah, I'm not allowed to bring a mattress down, so I've just got to sleep on the hard floor. Hey, turn the fucking lights off!
Put it this way, the amount of money he earns, he should just take it and just be quiet, yeah. Suck it up a bit, come on. My wife don't complain about me at all.
Cold and not soft like a mattress. I'm not allowed to take the mattress down there. Pete cares more about his mattresses than what he does my back.
When he ruins the mattress, give me $500 after. We can go for your life. He gives $500, you can sleep down there. He gets a la up every now and then, you gotta, better leave him alone.
When you're hunting big reds, your mood can change as fast as the weather.
Holy Jesus! You've got the motherload.
Nothing like a big catch to put all that sleep deprivation anger behind him.
Was that 7?
Yeah.
25 pots with 20 crates in there.
I'm gonna have a bite to eat, then I might go chase some Zeds.
Having scored big on reds, Maddie uses the rest of the afternoon to chase some much-needed sleep. Low Rocky Point, and the Minamara is on an extended 17-day run. Skipper Clive needs 600 lobsters to make the trip pay. After a bumper few days, Clive has 411 big reds in the well.
Did you get anything?
No, mate, all females.
Oh, must have been ladies' night last night, Zach.
Must have been girls' night out, mate.
Never count your lobsters before they get in the pot.
Rookie deckhand Zach is new to the ups and downs of lobster hunting. Keen to keep morale up, Clive calls on Lady Luck.
Just drying off this boy here, and we were talking earlier on about how we put those little pictures on there for a bit of good luck. Why not get Zach to put something on there? Might bring us a bit of good luck. What do you want to put on there?
Oh, I don't know.
Something that reminds you of home? Something that's important to you?
With 3 little kids and a partner back home, Zach's priorities are clear.
That's why I'm here, to supply home.
It's all about the dollars for home.
Dollars for home for the kids. Kids and partner.
That out.
There's nothing like a bumper pot to lift team spirits.
250. About 2 kilos, probably $200.
That's more than 2 kilos, wouldn't it?
Yeah, 2.5. Well, always underestimate
Yeah,
because it's
yeah.
always a bonus.
That leg will be a kilo.
Beautiful fish.
That's got to be our biggest, doesn't it?
Just hold him down and next picture with him. Look how big he is with Zach.
It's official. This is their biggest lobster for the season.
That's what we're after.
The forecast for southern Tasmania.
The Triton left port early to try and get a jump on the competition. They are hunting around one of Pete's favourite spots, the shank.
Go down here and I think I'll get a few fish down around these rocks here. You're on the last run of the finger, it's hard. There's only little areas where you get fish. That's where your knowledge comes in. Understanding the last places they actually run in the year.
Pete's old school. He prefers instinct to technology.
Just looking for the deeper holes in between the shallows, give them a bit of shelter. We've got to try that.
But with the price of lobsters north of $100 per kilo, every man and his dog is out here.
That boy going away from me a bit. Where's his? Oh, fuck.
Another lobster boat has got in first, and Pete shot his pot right on top of the competition.
Fuck, I just never saw it there. Don't try to fish in the same area. It's a bit of protocol, that's all. Sometimes you're forced through bad weather to actually be in the same area, but yeah, you always leave a bit of gap between the pots. You don't want to be dragging fish off their pots. Yeah, I didn't see it when I get the sunlight there, so I just pull it up, get out of the road. Just don't cause conflict if you don't can help it. I don't try to shoot over top of someone, give them a bit of room. Respect for other fishermen.
It's an unwritten law, but kind of fisherman's code. Somebody's already got their pots in the water, then you give them a bit of space. Usually, I think they like two boat lengths.
You ready?
Yep.
With just a few weeks to go until the end of the season, they'll need to get a move on, and fast.
The season shuts down in the southern half of the state. The reason why is very soon the males will shell into deeper water.
Molting lobsters weigh less, and their soft shells often fall off during transportation to market. They don't sell well.
That only mucks up our price.
The market price for big reds is now $110 per kilo. Chinese demand for live lobsters is strong.
Right.
Right.
Right. That's it.
All over, Red Rover.
The pots are all out. Trouble is, so is the competition.
Probably over 200 miles of coastline here, and everybody's got to come to the one little area.
Maybe it's Pete's first-class reputation. Maybe it's because it's the end of the season. Or maybe it's the thumping $110 per kilo price. Pete thinks it's the first.
Like, he bees the honey pot, I suppose. They might have known I got a few fish up here last trip, so they all gravitate to one area. Coming out for a chat.
Nice evening. Yeah, wasn't much here yesterday.
While the skippers are polite, the deckhands have history.
I wouldn't really give a shit if it was somebody else. It's just the fact that I hate that bloke. Oh, we had a bit of a biff a few months ago. Ever since then, he just decided that he would go around and tell everyone what he was going to do to me. Because he's a shit-talking piece of shit. Didn't even look this way, did he?
No, never looked at all, no. You've got to work out there together. You don't want to be making an ass of yourself, so, yeah.
With the season fast running out, the pressure on the fleet is ramping up. The Anson's Bay has finally got its engine fixed. Glenn is waiting for a break in the weather.
We're just playing the waiting game.
Skipper Squizzy has decided he's going to have one final crack at Big Reds. The bold contender will be back out to sea soon.
At $110 a kilo, I can't sit at home on the couch and watch the other boats go fishing because at $110 a kilo, you get a lot of motivation to get off the couch and go to sea.
And the William Norling is racing home to port to lock in a high per kilo price.
Yeah, look forward to getting home, just getting off the boat, having a nice long shower, just, you know, you can have a beer.
Low Rocky Point.
Fuck's sakes.
And Skipper Clive's doing his best to keep team morale up. It's been a long and bumpy ride for the Minamurra.
I can hear it. Doesn't that just brighten the mood, eh?
Oh, some people might think I goof around a little bit, but I think it just breaks things up and makes things a bit more fun.
Yeah.
That's a nice pot, Dave.
Oh, yeah, a few more, mate. A few more like that, we'll be laughing. Oh, yeah, baby! Woo!
That looks better.
The purple patch is back. With a target of 600, 58 new lobsters has upped the Minamurra's haul to 469.
You only need 10 pots with 3 and there's 30. Yep. That's the tally, gets us close to the 700.
It does.
Righto.
Time for another shot.
Righto.
The Shank, southwest Tasmania. And Pete and Maddie are starting early.
1, 2, 3 for us. 4. 4 kilos plus. 100 bucker. The fish are pretty good here. Good average. 2 kilos a pot. That's pretty good at winter time.
Pete's reputation for finding top dollar red fish has become a problem. It's dog eat dog out here in the Southern Ocean.
Put pots alongside of it. Look here. They're fucking bit cheeky, these blokes sometimes. Put pots wrong alongside you. They haven't got a brain in their head. Give some person a bit of room. They're really crampy style. Just makes it too hard. That's fishing for you. Everyone's after $1, and everyone's trying their best, so there will be conflict, there will be competitive, and but generally it's done a nice way.
Pete's still got the Midas touch.
We fill that bin up full, $12,000 worth. That's a bit over a kilo. The best thing about it, that's worth $110 a kilo now, I've just been told. Anything under 1 kilo is 105, and anything over kilo is 110, so it's probably $120 fish now. Over 3/4 way there.
Of course, the other boats are not Pete's only competition.
Come on in there. I really didn't want to sleep.
The dreaded octopus strikes again.
Suck the life out of you.
We sell the legs. There's his beak. They will bite. There's a little beak there, like a parrot beak inside of that. That's what they eat with. They actually put a chemical inside which actually separates the meat from the shell. Makes it easy for them to get out.
No one said hunting red gold was easy.
The octopus cost us around $140 then. Lost 2 size fish. Bit of a loss, but that's part of fishing.
A lot of lobstermen only come out when the price hits $100 a kilo plus. And when that happens, this is what it looks like. Competition is the name of the game.
The lobster fisherman's worst enemy, probably other fishermen.
That's our biggest nemesis.
On one hand, we compete for the fish, but on the other hand, if something goes wrong, we need each other to rely upon.
Oh yeah, you look after it. You keep an eye on each other. You look after each other a little bit. Make sure everyone's safe.
Low rocky point, and the crew of the Minamurra has woken up to a giant swell.
Going off this morning, we've got about 500 kilos of fish on, maybe a little bit better depending on how the fish average. When I left, I was hoping to get about half a tonne or more, so if we can pick up about 100 kilos, that'd put us up to around bit over 600 kilos. So I'd be in front of where I was sort of aiming at, so we'd be 100, 150 kilos better off, and yeah, no, definitely be happier.
Right now, they need to pull in their pots, but the 4-metre swell is making that a dangerous operation.
The boat's made out of steel, but the wheelhouse is timber. If I cop one of those waves, it could rip the wheelhouse straight off, so when in doubt, keep out.
Wouldn't want to go through there. No.
Huge swells also prevent lobsters from climbing into the pots.
Fingers crossed, squad. Yeah. Let's hope that swell doesn't slow them up, but it probably will.
And no surprise, it's empty.
Certainly slowed this one up. At least we can get our gear, that's the main thing.
Going up against Mother Nature is never easy. And on top of the big swell and low catch rate, they now have a missing pot.
I've just rounded up to another pot, but there's one that's missing off a mark, like I mark all my pots in on the GPS on my plotter. There's one not there, so maybe this well has washed it in, but I can't see it.
A lost pot will set you back between $250 and $600. Then there's the cost of the buoy, bait and line, not to mention the loss of any catch it might hold.
Another frustrating thing to add to the morning. So we're not catching many fish and we might have lost a pot. Not good at all.
And with the heavy swell still pumping, the day doesn't look like it's going to improve. Whistler Point, the northwest coast of King Island. And the William Norling is full to bursting on its way home to port. Danny's hoping this catch should net over $100,000. But it all depends on the price.
When it comes time to sell our crays, we can barter our crays with any of the buyers we like and try and get as much as we can for our crays. And like certain times of the year, big crays, like what we're catching at the moment, we'll get better dollars off one buyer for them, and then the other crays, the smaller ones, might go to another buyer who might send them to Beijing or Shanghai. So, yeah, it's good that we can do that, and it just try and keeps our average dollar up as well.
Keen to start a bidding war, Danny calls his first buyer to open negotiations.
Well, they're paying $100 for over a kilo down south. Look, we ring the buyers, we tell them what we've got. They usually have 5 or 6 hours to ring around to their buyers in China or wherever the buyers might be and work out what they can afford to pay. I don't know, but they're paying 100, aren't they? Usually their first price is not their best. You've got to pull it out of them a little bit, yeah.
Well, somebody's going to give us 100.
You try and you play them off a little bit against each other, and always the best day to get a price is a Wednesday or a Thursday. Your fish can go to China on Friday, they can have them there for Saturday night, or they can have them there for Friday night. All right, mate, we'll give you a shout tomorrow. If you've got, say, 1,200 or 1,300 kilo in, and you can get, say, $5 more for it. You just made $7,000 for filling in an extra page in your logbook. Yep.
After 17 punishing days of fishing, it's a good feeling to set course back to port. But anyway, we'll see.
Don't want to give them away.
Low rocky point. Fishing close into the rocks, the Minamara is battling a dangerous swell. To make matters worse, the lobsters are not moving, but their pots are.
Definitely not there on that mark, so that's frustrating. I went and had a look. Too dangerous to go in there than have a look today. I don't like losing gear, but I'd rather lose a pot than lose the boat, or worse.
Conditions like this can be a real danger. It's mine and Zach's safety at play.
Come on, fish.
Sometimes when your chips are down, they're really down.
Okay. Well, you picked a bad day to get in here because there's no crows in the pots. Got in there waiting for them, but they weren't showing up.
It was a kick-ass day yesterday, but this morning not so good. You got to roll with the punches and take the good with the bad. That's fishing.
Crazy. So there's a rock shelf that runs along that way, and we have pots on the other side of it. Slowly chipping away at it.
In swell like this, fishing is a losing game. Clive goes back to look for their missing pot.
Probably last half hour we've been looking for a missing pot, and we've finally located over there.
Definitely washed in a fair way.
Oh yeah, no way we would have put it there.
Oh, see, look at that.
Yep.
So we would have got cleaned up if we had been in there then.
Right in the middle of it.
The problem is this. It's stuck right where the waves are breaking. It's too dangerous to get any closer. They'll have to wait for the swell to ease.
The secret of fishing in close is to be smart and respectful of the ocean, because the ocean is the boss out there. It tells you what you're going to do. You can't tell it.
Yeah, check it out now, it's coming through. Remember, when in doubt,
Get out.
stay out.
The Bass Strait, and the William Norling is heading back to port. Its well is brimming with premium reds. Skipper Danny is sparking a bidding war amongst the buyers for his catch.
We're shopping around, just ring the buyers. We're just trying to find the best price we can for our fish.
After a grueling 18-day run, Danny and Rick are hoping to earn $100,000 for their hard work.
So for us here at the moment, one buyer's he's offered us $97 for the over 2 kilo ones, which are the big ones. He wants the big ones, so that's for Sydney market. So I've just rang another buyer. Yeah, he wants the smaller ones. He's an exporter. He's sending them to China, so he's after up to 2 kilo. So.
Angling for an all-in price of $100 per kilo, Danny's playing both sides against the middle. And he's got another buyer on the line.
Johnny?
Hey, Danny.
What's going on, mate?
Sold them?
No, not yet. I'm still shopping around, but where I'm at, I can get $97 for me big ones in Stanley. That's over 2s. Yeah, that's me over 2s, but I'm just trying to work out a bit of a plan with me under 2s, really. I just like catching crays. I'm not a greedy person. Like, I just like catching crays, even if they weren't worth much money, I'd still go and do it.
All right, how many kilos you got?
1,200, 1,300.
All right, let's see what I can do.
Roger dodge. So, they're all running around getting back to me, aren't they?
And speak of the devil,
Stewie, what are your thoughts?
Well, like I said before, I said this 1 to 2s, $100.
Mm-hmm.
And then under that 98 all in on everything under 2 or something.
All right, so 98 all in for under 2s.
2 kilo.
Yep. 98. Or we go
It's not $100 per kilo, but 98 is still a sweet deal.
Yep, all right. Well, look, we'll say you're going to get them, Stewie. And as we've discussed before too, you're not the big corporate buyer, which is, you know, you'll keep it small and keep it all.
Thanks, Danny.
Talk to you in the morning. Done. So I'll have 2 buyers on the deck tomorrow, just splitting the fish off tomorrow night. I'll probably do favour a family operation over a big corporate operation. So, you know, you're looking after your family, and those guys are doing their best to look after their families.
Dover, Tasmania. After a long wait to repair a faulty engine part, the Anson's Bay is seaworthy again.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, they look pretty crappy.
But lousy weather is keeping skipper Glenn shorebound.
I'm always looking at the weather. Like, I'll look at the weather probably 3 or 4 times a day when I'm home. The forecast I got now, like 7-8 metres of swell, 40 knots of westerly. If you was on the west coast, that'd be atrocious. You'd have shots down there now with 6-7 metres where you'd probably get 8 or 10 crays. That's all you get for the shot. Your pots are getting knocked about, rolled around the bottom. It's just not worth it.
That describes exactly the kind of weather the Minamurra is battling with.
We won't be going anywhere for the next week looking at it. It looks horrible, so another week and we should be out, hopefully.
Low rocky point, with heavy swells preventing the Minamurra from retrieving a pot that's washed in close to the rocks. The crew has pulled in the rest of the shot.
We'll get him later. Get him tomorrow.
It's time to double check that their catch is legal.
It's not worth our while to keep undersized lobsters. Not only you're robbing from the future, but there's a huge fine involved, so you just don't do it. It's not worth it.
32 for the night shot. Oh, look out.
Forgot about that hole there. Did you catch that? Nice.
That's so give it a 32 for the night shot.
Yep.
Bit better than what I thought it was going to get. The way where they started off, all them blank ones, and ones out deeper pulled us out of the shit. So what's that give us? We've got 630 plus that, that's 662.
It's a bumper bonus. When they left port, their target was 600, and with the swell forecast to drop overnight, they can retrieve the washed up pot in the morning. Clive decides on one more overnight shot. They'll drop the pots as close to the missing one as possible.
We're trying to find some nice holes in amongst the bull kelp sort of thing, try and get those big fish. Righto. So we've got 662 fish on board. So if we get another, what's that, 38, at least in the morning, we'll make 700.
Topping for the pudding, the icing on the cake.
Righto, Zach.
And there's another good reason to go home early.
We want to try and beat the rest of the boats home, just so that there's less chance that the price of the lobsters is going to go soft on us.
Clive's dubbed this area Zach's sweet spot.
We haven't had a bad pot in here, so...
Righto.
It's good grounds.
But there's nothing sweet about what's just happened.
Right.
The rope.
Did it hook up?
Nah, don't think so. Yep, it's on something, mate.
It appears one of the pot lines has got caught in the propeller.
Well, I feel like a bit of a goose, especially in here. I just explained to Zach that we have to be careful not to mess up and get any tangles, and what do? I go and back over a rope.
Just have to bust it off, because it's starting to shallow up just behind us.
All of a sudden, that's 2 pots at risk.
Got it out here. Can you grab the grapple and then perhaps cut it?
Where is it? Oh, yeah, yep.
I'm pulling on the rope. I can feel that the pot's not actually tangled up around the propeller. It's hooked up on something, but I can't see it. So what I'm going to do is just give it put it in gear and see if it throws it off.
Then we'll get the pot back. Heave him in. Do you want a hand?
Trust to be a heavy pot. Yeah.
Right. Well, that's one win. We got the pot back.
Crisis averted.
Was a close one. I just didn't want to lose the pot.
Shit hitting the fan type moment, but I've been in that situation before. We got the pot back, and everything was good.
With one shot left for the season, what bounty will Zach's Sweet Spot deliver? Thursday afternoon, and there's a break in the weather. The Anson's Bay is finally ready to roll.
We'll get out and we'll do the best we can, and what we get's what we get. I mean, you can't control what you catch, so but we'll try the best we can to get as many as we can. Tide's out. We're right, I think. Oh well, that's us. We're away. Good to be heading back out again. Yeah, hopefully the boat goes all right this trip. Touch wood. It didn't work last time I touched wood, but hopefully it does this time.
Lobstermen have a bunch of superstitions, and one in particular worries Glenn.
I don't like leaving on a Friday.
That's why he's leaving on a Thursday.
The last time we left on a Friday was the boat burnt down. The intake pipe blew out on us. There was just water getting sprayed everywhere. Next minute we're on fire. Something must have earthed out or something. Fireball come out the bloody door, and I said to him, just get out of here. Then was in big trouble.
Little wonder Glenn's being cautious.
If a rainbow's sitting there near on us by the looks of us, hopefully it's good luck.
They're heading for Research Bay, where they'll anchor overnight. Deckhand Jake's also been twiddling his thumbs, waiting for repairs and the weather.
Can't wait to get back out to sea. Yeah, well, I'm sort of relying on having a good trip this one. Yeah, it'll give me a bit of money to keep ticking along on the off-season. Could unload this trip. I mean, you know, I'd be comfortable. My partner's a stay-at-home mum, so it's hard coming away and leaving her and the young bloke at home, but this is my job, so it's all part of it.
Glenn's also sacrificing family time.
We're going to miss Ryan's first final in the 40. I'll be spewing about that, but we've got to go fishing. We'll be 3 or 4 months without a paycheck, so we've got to go fishing and try and get a few crays.
And it won't all be smooth seas.
We're going to have to stay inshore and just try and catch reds, and that's what everyone else is going to be doing too, so there'll be a bit of competition about this trip. It'll be interesting to see how it unfolds.
It's a 3-hour steam from Dover to Research Bay.
It's going to be a risky trip, but the way the weather and everything's been, hopefully the fish hold on for us.
There's a lot riding on this trip for the Anson's Bay. The break in the weather and high price means everyone else is out here too.
12, I think we counted, so.
All got the same idea.
The best bit of weather we've had for the winter, so everyone's got the same idea, just trying to get a few crays before the end of the season and try and get a bit of a pay, I suppose. The problem we're going to have is there's going to be a lot of pots in the water, and trying to find somewhere to get them where there hasn't been pots, try and get a cray really, so.
Glenn's aiming for a 700 kilogram catch, but he knows it's a big ask.
So I've come out this time before, this time of the year, and only got 100 or 200 kilo, like, they can be pretty sad. I'm not expecting them to be that bad, but I haven't got great expectations neither, if you know what I mean.
Low rocky point, and the swells dropped off. First job of the day on the Minamurra is to retrieve that stuck pot.
We might sneak over there and try and grab it. Hopefully it's not hanging over a rock too badly.
Skipper Clive is an inshore shallow water specialist, but he's never had to go this close to the reef before.
See here, I put a mark on there where I think it is, and I haven't been in there before. So I'm just going to slowly poke in there. I can sort of see it shallows up inside of it, back in here a bit. So I'm going to try and just sneak in there, keep an eye on the sounder, and hopefully we can get the grapple to the boys and then tow it out and get it back.
Hitting the bottom is the biggest risk.
Bit of luck, it may have something in it, you never know.
Combining all his experience with top-notch sonar technology, Clive eases the Minamara as close to the pot as he can.
I can see the pot just in front of us. It's in really shallow water. I haven't been in there before. I think it's less than 2 metres under the boat. You can be travelling at less than 2 miles an hour and your knees can go weak when you see that sounder, the bottom start coming up closer and closer.
Definitely got all fouled up yesterday. Yeah. I reckon it's in the bull kelp. It sort of wants to come.
That's it, nah.
I can see the strop. Can't be far away. Can't see it, Zach. Can't see it.
Coming, mate.
My pots are made out of steel. I get them galvanised so that they don't rust now. It takes all that time during the off season to make these pots. I really don't want to lose it. It's about $250 worth of materials plus my time.
Look at that.
What you're stuck on.
One of me brand new pots too.
No damage.
No damage. How about that?
We got it back, so it saved us $600 and Clive 4 hours of labour. Beautiful.
It came from, you can sort of see it lifting here, it came from about half a mile out there. Just imagine what it would have been like yesterday trying to race in and grab it. You know, if the pot was fouled up like that, could have turned to a real drama.
All that remains is to collect the rest of the shot, head home to Margate and cash in. The Shank, southwest Tasmania, and the Triton is boxed in by a bunch of other lobster boats, all trying to cash in on the $110 per kilo price.
Fuck me dead. Oh, we're not giving me any room. I was shot around here last night, now wants to shoot where I fucking shot. So half of them haven't got a fishing brain to bless themselves with, so they prey on other people's minds while they're shooting at. Not saying I'm the best, but just the experience gives it to you. Plus, if you, I've been handed down a lot of good knowledge from older fishermen when I was young, so I got a good start. There's a fucking boy floating there.
The pot. Two boys.
One boat seems hell-bent on messing with the Triton.
Oh, we're working here and it comes and shoots straight through us. I think he's just doing it to be an arsehole, really.
The boat's deckhand and Maddie have previously come to blows.
Obviously has no respect for other fishermen. It won't last too long if you keep doing that to people. People end up just cutting your gear off.
Down here, Maddie. Fucking thinks me an arsehole. Fuck's sake, fuck off. I have to tell that boy a bit of protocol fishing. Because obviously he doesn't know any protocol. He doesn't know that fuck give you a bit of room.
And the boats just keep on coming.
I think I'll find a big clusterfuck at the moment.
2 more boats just turned up. There's more boats here in Sydney Harbour and Boxer Day. Unreal. Cannot believe it. Everyone's in a bloody feeding frenzy.
There's no time to waste. They shoot as many pots as they can to stake the Triton's claim.
Oh, probably what gives me edge on a lot of fishermen. I'm old, so I know a lot more. And you've got to learn from your mistakes. A lot of fishermen don't learn from their mistakes. They repeat the same mistakes over and over again.
This is how the season's tally board stacks up. Pete's Midas Touch has netted the Triton 395 fish. Zach's Sweet Spot has over-delivered, and with a shot still to come, the Minamara has 662 fish, and the Anson's Bay is just getting started. Stanley, Tasmania. And the William Norling is motoring into shore to sell its entire load of lobsters.
You can't ask for premium prices if you haven't got the premium fish.
After 18 days at sea, deckhand Rick's loving the sight of land.
Get all the jobs done here and then I'll be up and away, go for a little getaway for a couple of days.
Danny and Rick aren't alone in their anticipation.
Gentlemen?
Buyer Marty is chomping at the bit, waiting for the William Norling to dock.
I'd just like to say on the record right now, this is the most I've ever seen this bloke do, by the way. Yeah. Usually he's not even here by now.
Marty's buying the over 2 kilogram lobsters for the Sydney market at $98 per kilo.
That just wasted a bit of my life.
Usually Marty's always late, and you get there and you're like, where are they? And they just dawdle down and get organised. But this day he was on the wharf there, ready to go. So, I don't know, he must have wanted the fish maybe, probably. I don't know, he was keen.
And no surprises why. Despite the difficulties of winter fishing, the William Norling has delivered in spades.
It is hard work unloading. You want to get the fish out of the boat as quick as you can, get them into the vans so they can get away to get them into the tanks.
Stewie, Danny's second buyer, has also arrived.
We're taking the under 2 kilo craze, which is going into the Chinese market, predominantly into Beijing at the moment, where there's demand for those size fish. As always from Danny's boat, mate, they always come off well, and just look at them, they're magic, beautiful fish.
You do feel very proud about catching a good load of craze, yeah, and especially when the buyers are commenting, you know, how good the fish are, that pumps your tyres up a little bit more, doesn't it? It's always good, yeah, so, no, we all like a good pat on the back.
Danny's motto is, if it weighs, it pays. Time to turn the catch into cash.
Did me first, did you? Yeah, I didn't do anyone first, but you know the exact number of fish, so we'll just put yours in first.
Yeah, we'll take off the balance.
So those fish are right, they weighed all right there, Marty, didn't
Nice
they?
big run, mate.
They were a nice sample.
757 kilo.
That's a cool $74,000.
Thank you very much.
So thanks very much.
All right, mate.
I'll go grade them and
we'll see you next time.
I'll give you the wash down and look after.
The breakdown, all right?
Marty's sorted.
When are they going to Beijing?
Tomorrow.
Are they?
Yeah, day after.
Now it's Stewie's turn.
1.3 average, which is just perfect what we're looking for. Thank you, Danny.
I think it worked out about 130 grand, so, you know, we went away to get 100 grand's worth, so that's, we've you know, we've got the creamy bit at the top side of it, so price is good, really happy with the price. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Danny.
Much appreciated,
Okay,
cheers.
mate. Thank you.
All right.
Next time,
We got carnage, did we?
the Triton goes gangbusters and smashes the mother load.
Mate, fucking carnage, I didn't even count him. Big Daddy.
The Anson's Bay grinds to a halt.
Without the hauler, we won't be doing any more fishing, so we won't pull them pots by hand, we'll be going home.
Fuck you!
And the competition turns ugly
People have fights on the wharf.
Does get aggressive.
Everyone's after $1.
as the end of season lobster price rockets.